we are back with some chest. You can see I'm really fitted for the occasion because I'm excited. It is late. I know I said I'd be going to the gym a little earlier because that's what I prefer, but it is like basically 9 o'clock now. So we're going to push through this workout, and tomorrow I think it's going to be a really early lift because I'm planning on going in the morning. But I do have something to talk about. Let's just hit this warm-up first. Alright, now, today, I was feeling really good right before the gym, and I was feeling really well fed, and I believe that is because earlier today, now, usually I eat basically right before my lift, but I know that you can think about it like this, because you obviously want carbs for your lifts. Now, you don't necessarily want to eat right before your lifts, because about a gram of carbs digests in your body per minute. It's not exact, but it's about like that. So if you're having a 40 gram carb meal, you can say in 40 minutes, all of those carbs are in your body. Now, I just had like an 80 gram carb meal, and that was a little bit, you could say it, about an hour ago. Or even maybe even a little more. So instead of eating right before the gym, feeling not only really full and maybe even a little bloated, but now I'm feeling really well energized and the food has actually gone through my system. So my tip to all of you, eat earlier, not necessarily right before your lifts. Because if you just eat a little, like about 30 minutes earlier than you usually do, assuming that you eat right before your lifts, you'll feel 10 times better. So put that into practice. Keep that in your head, because that's what I will be preaching, and that's what I will be doing, hopefully. But let's let up the weight. We're going fucking heavy today. But I feel like I say that every day. Now I'm really sad about not using my favorite pec deck right over there, only because I maxed it out, because it is on the lighter side. So, hopefully, because I don't like this pec deck, hopefully we can max this out sometime soon. And then we're going to move on to the fly machine. Because I feel like maxing this out before I move on to a fly machine almost makes it feel like I've leveled up instead of just switching because I want to do it. So that's the plan. But let's hit the set. God, fuck me. I wanted to do more, but oh my god, my chest. It cannot take that weight. This is a heavy pec deck. Yeah, because the other one says 295 pounds. But the bands are a little thicker, and oh my god, I wish I could think of the name. But, the thing that revolves is a little heavier duty than this. This is kind of making me lift all the weight. Especially because it's on a thin little cable, and the other one's on like a belt. So, yeah. We're feeling good. Let's get some rest, and we're on to the next set. I'll share with all of you, I was editing the arm video, and I am assuming, it's already up by this video, of course, but I am basically fixing with the little audio issue, and I like that video a lot. It's a lot of talking, but I'm pretty proud of it. So we're going to try to up these videos, production, and hopefully I can start posting TikToks. Just with answering questions and whatnot, wherever I feel. Of course, like I said, we're going to start with the edits, but I wanted to share that with you guys because my main platform is going to end up being TikTok, and that's only because of exposure. Now, I'm assuming everyone from TikTok's coming over here, and it's not going to be the other way around, because that's kind of how I'm surfacing these videos. That's okay. Now, I just felt like sharing with you that TikToks are coming soon, and that we're trying to boost these videos every day. Alright, I just took a hell of a lot of rest for this next set, so let's get on it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was good. That was great. Alright. I'm thinking for this next set, or for this next exercise, we're actually going to do shoulder press so that our incline is a little higher. So let's head over there. Alright, here we are. On the shoulder press. Let's get this warm up going. Nice. I think we'll just go up a plate. I don't think there's any need. Actually, no. We'll go up a plate in a 10. I was going to say just keep the plate, but I'm feeling the 10 safely now. Now I feel like we've leveled up to the point where a plate in a 10 is in an iffy situation. It's almost a guarantee every time. At home, right, I was eating my breakfast, and I was watching a TNF video. It was TNF and Jacob Oestreicher, and it was, a gym vlog-esque, and I noticed their, their video creation is, or at least for YouTube, pretty much identical to me, and I find that really odd, because I feel like right now we've got some, lower quality videos that wouldn't have a big viewer base as of now. And I'm kind of figuring out what we should do except for just gym vlogs and what'll be my main, viewer, audience, how I'm going to get my big audience. But I noticed that TNF has basically the same kind of audience, the same kind of videos, and I find that kind of questionable. I wouldn't expect that. But that's cool. Yeah, that's a set. Let's hit this set. god, yeah. That was good. Oh, I feel it. I really feel it in my front delts right now. That's good. I haven't had that, like, front delt activation feeling. I don't think ever. That was a good feeling. Great. You know, in the future, once I've kind of built up in strength, in, well, physique, I've got two kind of paths I can go down, and I've been thinking about it. Now, I know in college I'm going to box. I'm sure of that. But I don't know if I want to go down a bodybuilding path or a powerlifting path. Now, I hate barbell squat. I just hate it. Now, I know it's super optimal and it's so amazing. I know it's like one of the greatest exercises of all time, like without a doubt. And I agree. It's just I don't have much flexibility in, I guess you could say, my shoulders, to the point where I can't really reach too far back with the barbell. Now, I'm having an even more problem because my shoulders are kind of cooked already from this. But I do not like that, and I feel like my body would be a good bodybuilding physique, like once it's built up. The only issue is I'm not going to take steroids. I don't necessarily plan on taking steroids. I plan on just staying natural, and I feel like you can't really be the best in bodybuilding if you're not on steroids. But then again, it's basically the same thing for powerlifting too. And I understand that there's natural competitions, like, and those I can, dominate in, but it doesn't give the same height as, the doped up guys. So, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Or maybe I just won't do anything. Or maybe I'll just, do the boxing in college. But, yeah. Let's hit this set so we can go on to incline. Oh my god. That was good. Let's go over to incline. Alright. We are jumping straight to the 100s. No warm up because my chest is warm from pec deck, so it'd kind of be pointless. And even my front delts are warm from my shoulders. And you would think, or my shoulder press. You would think that wouldn't help too much, but if you can't tell just from this, path of the movement, I am clearly going to use at least a little bit of my shoulders. Hopefully biasing a good amount of the upper chest, but I'm going to be using a little bit of my shoulders just because that's how muscles work. They always work together. You can, of course, bias so much, like the bench, like the flat bench press. Obviously, it's a compound movement using a good amount of shoulders with a good amount of your chest. I say chest because it uses the upper too, just not as much as, the middle and lower chest. But with this, it's not using a lot of my shoulders, but it's not going to not use my shoulders because you can't just turn off your shoulders. So it's just a little less, that's why it's not a compound move. But my point is, jumping straight to the 100s, and I say we get right into it. I made it. Now I know I said I hate reps in reserve, but I might have pushed myself a little harder to get that last rep if it was my last set. And I don't want to say I gave out because I tried really hard, and I still don't think I would have gotten that to the end, but I could have put a little bit more of more power into that finish. I will admit that. But I'm glad I got that little bit of energy. Even though I hate reps in reserve, I'm always going to say go to failure every set because I refuse to believe that people can understand what their last rep is off rip unless they are super used to going to the gym. Now, if you've been lifting consistently for a year, then I won't argue and say you don't understand when your last rep would be. But even then, I would still step a little bit back from it. So, please keep that in your mind. Now, I know I said in a prior video that I don't like the concept of an ab circuit, and I'd much rather do a machine that I could progressively overload over time with added weight. But I have been debating doing a little more of an ab workout, mostly in my weight room at the school when I have, weight room. Because I'm going to have weight room during my everyday school life, or every other day, you could say. And I don't want to sit there and do nothing. And I don't really want to just sit there and do 30 minutes of cardio on the treadmill because I'm usually getting my cardio in from, my sports practices. So, and I say sports because I do too. But I'm thinking of doing a little more of an ab extensive workout in the weight room during school, and I might upload a video of that one day. I'll record it of what I'm planning on doing in the weight room. But I'm sharing that with you because I might take abs out of my leg days just entirely because I'll be doing them in school every other day, which is it's going to be work 3 times a week, and that might seem a little bit crazy, and that's only because it'd be 30 minutes. It still wouldn't be a crazy lot, so of course I'm going to be reaching failure, but my abs wouldn't be completely destroyed. So it could still be worked, the day after, and it is one of my weaker muscle groups because I haven't. It's probably my most lacking muscle because it has been worked the absolute least, except for forearms. And I might do abs and forearms in the weight room, and then just take out my wrist supinations in here and do a forearm circuit as well. So I might do 2 circuits in my weight room so that I'm not wasting all my time. And that's assuming, I don't have a friend in weight room who decides to fuck around in the weight room and, bench PR every other day or something. But assuming that, I'm in there and I'm able to, that's the plan for that. And I would like to just take out abs of my leg workout so I can have my leg days to the legs itself, because it's already long as it is. I do 2 quads, 2 hamstrings, and then calves. So it's 5 exercises, it's not a lot. Although adding the 2 abs to it for the obliques and the just the regular crunches, that's 7. And that's the most I have. My arm days are the longest with 6. And actually this is the same thing. This is another 6 day. My push days are 6 exercises. And I usually just have 5 or 6 exercises a day. So, having a 7 exercise day is a little over the top, especially for one of the most fatiguing days already. Having, abs kind of like makes it even more fatiguing than it has to be. So, that's that plan. Now my back days are also 6 because I have 3 back, and then I do 2 bicep, or my curls, my hammers, and then my supinations. So that's another 6. So if I took that out as well, that'd be another 5 days. So I'd have more 5 days than 6 days. And I would like that a lot. Now, I am still working on a new sort of split. I might just create my own from scratch. And I don't know how that's going to look. Now, it might be chest and shoulders, and then back by itself. It might be chest, shoulders, back, arms, as in biceps, triceps, and then legs. And I understand that that's 4 days, but that's kind of what I'm looking into, possibly. Or I might, I'm not sure yet, but I'm making a new split because I'm messing around with how many sets you should be hitting per week. And I'm seeing what matters more with how many sets you hit per week and the actual intensity of your workout. So if I fuck the shit out of my chest in one day, would that benefit me more than lowering or just doing like what I do now with my chest? Combining a little more stuff and then hitting it more often. I want to see if that changes much. And I'll still be hitting relatively the same sets per week, but it might be just a little bit more. If I have a chest and shoulder day, I might be hitting 6 sets of chest on just one day. And then I know it's 4-4, but we can assume I'll be hitting chest sometimes twice a week, and that'd be a 12 set week. And on a day where I'm kind of getting more frequent chest days, I would have 8 sets a week. So I guess I'm not messing with sets per week. I kind of messed you guys up when I said that. It's more of just frequency versus intensity. That's what I'm playing around with, and I'll follow you guys up on that. But let's finish these so we can get through the rest. Oh my god, that was good. Let's go hit some lateral raises. Alright, now current plan for this, it's going to be no warm-up on the lateral raises, but we're going to do 40, and then depending on how this one feels, we'll try to up it to 50. So that's this plan. And then we'll move right into tricep extensions to jam press, and then I don't think we'll worry too much about hitting another chest exercise just for the pump. Now, we'll see how I feel, but the likelihood of that is low. But I've been talking the whole start of the workout. Let's see, we blast through these. Oh yeah. I think we can up it to 50. It felt good, but I think we can really push ourselves for like a 5-rep, 50-pound lateral raise. But let me adjust this camera. All right, let's get right into these 50-pounders. That's painful. Nice. Oh my god. Great. Now we'll move on to tricep extensions. Alright, now for this, I have a little bit of a different approach on my warm-up. Just because of my elbows. I've talked to you guys about warming up the elbows. It's definitely the most important part for warming up on this. Like, that's the only real reason the warm-up on this is super duper important. So, my plan is, we're going to do a little bit of a heavier warm-up, 60 pounds, okay? And it's only going to be 4 reps because I don't need to tire myself out on a warm-up. I'm just getting my elbows prepared for some 90 pounders. Now, I did mention I'm able to do 100, and now I'm not 100% sure of that. I may just be talking up my ass, but we're going to do this first, and then depending on how the 90s feel, we might try 100. So, that's the plan. We'll see how that goes, but I'd say we get started. Right hand first, because it's weaker apparently for this. I did go a little crazy on the reps. That was on me. But that one needed it more, so it's fine. That one just needed a little bit more. So I'd do a little, like one more rep. Let's like maybe knock out the first initial rep, pulling it off of this. But I say we're good to go to 90s. Great. That's good. Yeah, nice. My current favorite gym song also just started playing, so that's nice too. That'll be good for the next set. But, that felt good. 100 good? No. We're going to stick with the 90s, but we'll rest up. We'll go right into the next one. Alright. I think we're ready for the next set. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh wow. That was probably the best tricep pull down exercise I've ever. That was probably the best I've ever done, ever. That felt amazing. But it's time to do jam press. All right. Now, as I was setting these up, I realized that for a chest little final exercise, I can. I don't want to say superset this, but on my last set, once my triceps give out, I could give a few chest presses, just to finish it off and get that final pump in my chest. It'll just be like a little finisher. Just cause it's easy, it's quick. I'm already here. I'm not like doing an extra exercise. I'm just kind of doing this. But yeah, we're gonna do our usual. We're gonna do our usual warm up weight, and everything's off. But yeah, after that, we're gonna hit that pose out. It's gonna look nice. Now, a little update. I'm almost sold on getting a camera, and that's for a few reasons. One being phone battery. My phone dies pretty quickly. Now, I'm not fully dead every recording, but I start the workout at 80%, and I always go down to like 20. And my phone dropping 60% in 2 hours every single day, it's not going to be good for my phone. And I do kind of want a little better quality, and I feel like just having a camera would be nice, and the pump would look so much better. So we're gonna get a camera somewhat soon, and that'll be fun. But I said we start, so I don't have to talk to you guys so much. Perfect. Let's go down to our working weight of 170. That was nice. Yeah, that was good. We'll rest up a little bit and hit that final set. So yeah, I'll share with you guys just so I remember. My next set of these that I do in the future, I'm gonna go up to 190. I'm pretty sure I'm safe to go up in weight. So I'm throwing that out there so I hold myself against it. And it clicks on my head once I sit down here again. But let's shut up and let's hit this final set. Oh my god, my chest is fried. Let me lower the weight just to finish that off. my god, I can't. My chest is cooked. But that's good. Let's go check the pump. Alright. We're back in the posing room. We've got the room to ourselves. Now, usually, back in the past, this room always makes me a little lightheaded, but usually in the past, this room is taken like a lot. I just saw someone try to peek in and grab the room. But this room's usually taken quite a bit. And I've been getting a little lucky these past few days. But let's speed through this and let's check out this pump. Now, the lighting in this room has always been my least favorite, but we got to work with what we got, so. Back up so the light hits that. My shoulders have never looked this big. I don't think ever. Nice. Don't want to repeat these poses too much, and I think we're good for today. But pump is fucking amazing. We're feeling good. I'm ready. And I say we end it off. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.